In for the Night is a podcast that discusses movies, random topics, and gives you an excuse to just stay in for the night. Hello.
Beautiful.
He tried to do this and he didn't like it because he kept on fucking up on the
I
last.
did. I did it like
last
4
break.
times in a row. I kept
It's
fucking
just
up.
reading.
So.
Just read from like start to finish.
The first talking of initializing the podcast is very nerve-wracking. Everything else in between is easy. Easy peasy.
You're easy. So today we're not doing a typical episode as we mentioned before. Today is our We're Not Qualified episode, episode 1, where we literally take your questions for advice from us and we give you what we think you should do. Whether it's right or wrong, we can't tell you. Probably try to avoid illegal things, but I might tell you to try to do illegal things. But overall, we have a few questions today. Super interesting, super fun mix of things. Some serious, some not so serious. And
then at the end, it's kind of a real life, not personal, but real life situation question that I'm going to ask too. I'm going to ask the wifey this question because it's going on as we speak.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right, so let's just dive into it. First, advice. I don't know how to say it. It's not a question, really. It's their question, our advice, the advice that we can give.
Yeah, the advice question.
Sure. Okay. The first one I have. I think my boyfriend is cheating on me. What should I do?
Oh, geez. I've had too many of these in my life. Questions like this from friends of mine.
It's just one of those things what are the signs? I have no realm of what is happening, why they think they're cheating. But the telltale signs are if this person doesn't tell you where they're going, depending on how long you've been dating. If it's only a month, then just like, I don't know.
As you say, c'est la vie.
Yeah, c'est la vie. But you don't say c'est la vie. You just are like, fuck you, and then move on. I don't know. Toss them aside. There's other people out there who actually want girlfriends and not cheat. But the thing is, if it's a long term, like couple years you've been together with this person, and they're starting to change their behavior, that is a huge telltale sign of I'm cheating on you, but I just don't want you to know. But I don't want you to think you.
Yeah,
like,
I want you to think that I am either.
Yeah.
So it's like one good sign. There's like three good signs. So it's for one, my major one for personal experience is if you're dating someone and say in the beginning you can put your phone, they'll put their phone on the table and it's face up, you know, everything's all good. But as soon as you realize they start flipping it over on the face down and they do that from like here on out when you're together, that's usually a sign that, you know, something is going on and they don't want you to see because they might get a text message from like a booty call and they don't want you to see it firsthand or a DM or something like that.
Exactly. And if you're watching a movie or sitting next to them and they tilt their body.
Yeah, that was going to be my other one. Yeah.
Tilt their body a little bit so you can't see their screen.
Yeah, just enough to where you can't see the screen.
If you don't know your boyfriend's password, that's a thing. If there's a reason he has a password.
Yeah, either they know your significant other knows your password or you just have your phone unlocked. Me personally, I don't like having the phone unlocked because I'm pretty good at not losing my phone. I don't think I've ever lost a phone necessarily, or if I have, I found it. But like you don't want to lose your phone and have all your stuff unlocked and then someone who finds it can just go through your stuff willy-nilly. So it's good to still have a password, but if you trust and respect your significant other, they should know that password or that pattern combination.
Yeah. I had something and I forgot what I was going to say.
There's a third one. There's like another one. I kind of like a behavior changer, but you kind of came up on that already in the very beginning.
So in essence, what I would do personally if I thought my boyfriend was cheating on me, he's not. I would murder him. But not you, my boyfriend. Just kidding. I don't have a boyfriend. I have cats.
Boyfriend.
Boyfriend.
Cat friend. Whatever.
I'm a sad old lady. Okay. I would just ask him. If he gets really defensive and he's like, babe, no. Like, why would I cheat on you? Maybe you're cheating on me. He's cheating on you.
Yeah, 100% he's cheating on you.
100%.
If they get defensive, that's basically another sign that they're cheating if they get defensive.
Toss him to the curb.
Yep, just kick him to the curb. There's no need to talk about it or make it better because that saying, once a cheater, always a cheater. Yeah, granted, I know people can change, but I mean, I haven't heard very many stories where someone cheats and they just never cheat again. So,
Just be like Lorena Bobbitt. Do you know who she is?
or chop his dingaling off.
Exactly.
But that's what I said before. What if the woman cheat? Women cheat too. Is that always the guy? So like, what if a woman cheats on the guys? What is he supposed to do?
Kick her in the cunt.
Cut her lips off, not the ones on her face. I mean, which one?
But I don't know. It's probably 50-50. I wonder what the statistics are on men cheating versus females cheating.
I think the thing about it is that men get caught a lot easier than women do.
Because we
I
smarter.
think that's the thing. I think it's probably 50-50 or 51-49, women being more, because they are very secretive, or they can be. And men are just
Men can be secretive.
Men make a lot of mistakes.
There was an episode, I think not an episode, I think it's He's Just Not That Into You, and this woman, she had 6 husbands because she always would catch them cheating on her, and she was, none of my husbands realized I was cheating on them the entire time.
See? Exactly.
It was really funny. It was just
So it can happen.
Okay.
So basically, more of the story is, if you think your boyfriend or girlfriend is cheating, I would personally confront them and be like, hey, are you cheating on me? I think this is a sign, this is a sign, this is a sign. And they're like, no, no, no. Then, I mean, you kind of got to believe it until you actually catch them in the act. And you just got to kind of be on your toes a little bit more instead of being laid back.
Right.
You just got to kind of fish for things, like, if they're texting someone, try to like look at their phone or something, and if they move it, then there's your answer right there. I would just break up with them if it was me, and then just call it a day.
That'd be fun.
Mm-hmm.
But you can, like, instead of, how those promposal things where people like go out of their way to do
To break up with them, yeah,
but they do it for a breakup.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be fun.
I've seen a lot of those. Like, one guy, like, he went all the way through like his marriage thing, like they went to the altar and everything, and then the guy there was like, I think his best friend or something like
his
that.
brother.
The brother or something like that.
So.
And they were there too. And he like called them both out on the wedding day at the altar and was just like, fuck both of you, and like left. It was more to it, but it was badass the way he did it.
Why do people cheat? Just break up with this person. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
I mean,
Karma's a
people try
bitch.
to. Karma is a bitch though.
All right, moving on. So yes, either figure it out or I would just confront him.
Confront them, and until you know the truth, and
That's
there you go. But if not, then if you have usually if you have a gut feeling that they're cheating, more than likely they're probably cheating. So if you just want to save yourself the the heartache or the argument or the cussing and yelling and screaming at each other, and just call it off and go about your way.
Because you're probably a beautiful individual who could find somebody just like that.
Exactly.
And there's
Easy
too many
peasy.
fishes in the sea. Or, I don't know. I hate saying fish in the sea because fish are ugly. And
Not all of them. There's some cute ones out there. Some.
so
Like
most
a
of them
barracuda. Just kidding.
Do you even know what a barracuda looks like?
Yeah, it's a long fish with like really sharp teeth. It's like a mixture between an eel and a piranha.
Wow.
But I used to work in the oil field. We saw them every day, and they're
That's
scary.
All right. So remember, we're not qualified. That's just our advice.
That's just our advice. But I think that's pretty damn good advice.
All right. Moving on. This is more of a fun one.
Yeah.
All right. My mom thinks I look like a whore in the clothes I wear. I want to make her happy, but making her happy makes me unhappy. What should I do?
Oh, jeez.
Don't visit your mom.
I mean, for one, it's not necessarily your mom's happiness. It's your happiness. Like, technically, kind of way, your mom has like lived her life and it was her life. Like, it's not like you really had any input besides her giving birth to you on what she does with her life. So it's like, if you want to make yourself happy, then you need to do what makes you happy. So if dressing like provocatively makes you happy, then hey, so be it. I don't see why that should be. It should have nothing to do with you. Now, granted, if you're under the age of 18, you still live at home, then that's a different thing.
Maybe put a shirt on.
Yeah, you probably got to put a shirt on, cover it up a little bit, and like go out the door and then change when you get in your friend's car type thing. But
And if you're older and you do not live with your mom, then just close it up while you're visiting her and then just
Exactly.
leave.
And then
like,
spread it out when you're out, type thing.
she's a brick
House.
Not that you're a brick house, but
Well, you calling me a brick house? You call me fat?
you calling me fat?
What? I never said you said I'm a brick house. So
I'm just
you're calling me
saying-
fat?
I'm just saying what you
So
said to
I'm
me.
fat? Thanks, babe.
Oh my gosh.
Thanks.
So I'm just, I don't know if anybody watches Love is Blind, Lib, L-I-B. But there's this one girl who twisted every single thing the dude said to her.
Yeah.
Danielle, I love it. And she's like, so you don't want to do this? And she gets really intense and doesn't blink for like 10 minutes straight. And she'll just be sitting there
That
looking
would
at him.
freak me the fuck
And I'm
out.
like, my eyes just dried listening to
That would scare the crap
her or
out of me.
watching her. But anyway.
Well, I gave my insight. So what is your insight, my love?
I'm the same. I kind of gave mine where just like kind of close it up while you're visiting her, like just make her happy. But if you don't live with this person, your mom, like it's your life. Do what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
You be you. Like you only have one life to live, and you don't want to live it in regret. Now, albeit if you do regret it later, that's for the future you.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
But
now.
you don't also want to go through life regretting stuff. Like I kind of regret like not pursuing basketball fully, or not pursuing soccer or basketball or football,
basketball,
stuff like
soccer,
that,
basketball.
or not. Well, I ended up taking my aviation test, but I almost did not do it, and I would have really hated myself if I didn't. But I went through it with thanks to wifey and my family and friends. So awesome. But you don't want to go through life with a bunch of regret. Like that's going to tear you apart when you get older. You're gonna be like, oh, I should have did this. My life could have been like this if I would have did this type thing. So, if you live at home, cover it up, get your friend's card, take it off, then wear what you want to wear. But if you don't live at home, then you don't have to live by your parents' rules anymore. I mean, it's you have your own house, you pay your own bills. They're your rules now. So if you want to dress like provocatively, do it. If you visit family, then like my wifey said, cover it up.
But again, you shouldn't make somebody else happy when it makes you unhappy.
Exactly.
That is our advice.
Individual happiness.
Remember, we're not qualified. Moving on.
1000%.
Don't listen to us. Moving on. So this next one is interesting. My neighbors are constantly loud and messy. They throw their beer cans into my yard. I have asked them to clean it up, and they act like it isn't their job. We live in an HOA area, so I get blamed for their mess. What do I do? Dun, dun, dun.
See that? So if you have already went to their house and asked them nicely, hey, there's beer cans in my yard. You keep throwing food in my yard. Can you please stop doing it? Or ask them to clean it up if it's in the like side area between the house where there's no fence, and they don't want to do it. Then like, okay, instead of causing a big confrontation, I would just call the HOA.
That's the responsible adult thing.
Uh-oh.
What I would do.
What would you do?
I'm gonna be a petty bitch. That's what I'm gonna be doing. I'd take my garbage. They probably wouldn't even notice. Dump it in their yard. Just like pile it up in my backyard until I get like bags and bags of trash, and then just dump it all over their yard. But make sure it's like a clean, neat line where my line starts. And just be like, oh, you had a really big party last night. And they'll be like, because if they drink that much beer and it's in your yard, obviously they're probably not going to remember. So
there you go. Yeah, that's true too.
there you go.
And then call the HOA and be like, hey, look at this mess.
Take a picture and send it to the HOA.
Exactly.
And be like,
bam.
look what they did. It's getting into my yard, and just have like a little piece.
Just like one can over here.
Just kick it over. Like take a video
And you take it and then kick it back. Get back over there. You don't belong over here. All right. Yeah, I can see that.
That's the
I can see
funner
that.
version.
Yeah,
Funner is a
mine's
word.
the adult, non-confrontational version. But if you want to be, some people are like confrontation. They like being what is it? The confrontational. I guess I just said that. Then
Aggressive.
yeah, you could do option number 2 or option B.
So you get to choose. Do you want to be the
Yeah,
adult?
yeah. Do you want to be adult or
The petty bitch.
that's the question for next time. You can let us know what you say or do.
Petty bitch.
Be the petty bitch. Don't be the adult.
That's not fun. Be an adult. Don't
Don't do it.
So again, we're not qualified. That's just our advice. So you can take it or leave it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on. This is another fun one. Well, interesting one. Okay, so this is from anonymous. All of these are anonymous because I just choose not to tell people's names unless they tell me to.
Mm-hmm.
So, I started dating Tom 5 months ago. I'm okay with going slow, but I'm confused on where he stands. I want to ask him and have a serious conversation on where he sees things going. But every time I have this hesitation because he's 11 years younger than I am. I don't want to scare him away. What should I do?
Ooh.
I'm going to go first because you keep on talking forever.
Yeah, you're right.
Honestly, like, it's been 5 months. If you're serious about this person and would like to see a future, I would be just like, hey, like elbow him in the side and just like chummy like and be like, where are we? What's up? Because it's awkward. And
That's a very good way to do it, babe.
Right.
Hey, so what's up?
I think
Where
you're
are we?
Do you think, wait, or write it down on a piece of paper and say, do you want to go steady, circle yes or no?
And then put it in their office.
Their
or
lunchbox.
Lunchbox or something.
Locker.
Locker. Well, they said 11 years, so obviously they're adults, I'm
I
assuming.
know, I'm kidding.
Oh, okay, got it.
Anyway,
Didn't catch on.
but
to that
no,
one.
seriously, just bring it up because it's been 5 months. If it was like 3 weeks, then I'll be like, it's too soon. But
I mean, even 5 months is technically, I mean, you're still in the beginning stage. Like, it's not really, to me, 5 months is like 3 weeks or a month.
what I would say is, hey, I like where we're at now, but I would like to know where this could possibly go.
Yeah,
That's
a good
not
one.
scary. That's
Yeah,
not scary.
I like that. I like
It's
that.
not aggressive. It's not like, hey, I want to get married next week and
Yeah,
have
you're
your
not
children.
like freaking them out. Like, that's a good way to put it. That's like a perfect way to put it.
'Cause you're
if
happy-
you asked me that after 5 months, I'd be like, well, I could see this going super duper far, or I could see us ending tomorrow.
It's like, I'm just having a fun time. Just as long as you get an
See,
answer.
now if they're like, I'm just having a fun time, that means they're not serious. That's what I would take.
And then you can take it and run and be like, okay, I like being with him for now, but I know you can't like get your heart broken because like, this person's not into
Yeah,
you.
like if you take that and be like, okay, I know this is not going to be a long-term type thing in your head, but not necessarily mention that to him, and it turns out to be longer than you expected, then hey, that's great. It went further than you thought it was. But if it ends like a month later, then okay, yeah, I already knew from asking him it was going to not be that long of a thing. He said he just was like having fun. So if you kind of get that little idea in your head, then that is going to be a long-term thing, and it turns out not, then you're going to be heartbroken. So yeah.
It's better to get an answer now than wait 20 years to, I don't want to reinstall. Okay. It's better to get an answer now just so that you're aware because you don't want to be with this person for 2 years and it's just like, not a fling because flings are not 2 years long, but.
I mean, I would say at a year, you want to definitely ask that question 100%. Like, hey, what do you see? Like, especially if someone like me, I want to get married eventually, then I want to ask them like, hey, what do you see this being at in a year or like another year? Because we've been together for a year now. Do you see us getting like a serious relationship, getting married in the next 3 to 5 years or something? And if they're like, then you're like, all right, deuces.
So then, point of view for the male perspective, if you've been with a girl for 5 months, would you be thinking about that?
5 months for me? I mean,
What the fuck, dude?
in my 30s, yeah, but in my 20s, I mean, I wasn't expecting to get married in my 20s, so I don't know. Like, I honestly did not think I was going to be getting married at all. So Back then, yeah, I'd be
You're
like,
welcome.
probably not. I mean,
De nada.
I know de nada. But I mean, obviously in the 30s, I mean, as soon as like a little of our history, as soon as like we went on our first date, we already said we're going to be going steadies or we're going to be exclusive.
I
So
set those expectations. I'm like, yo, I'm not dating anybody else. I hope you're not going to date anybody else. And then it's really great to have a little like sliver of fear instilled in your partner just because it's fun.
yeah, so ours was quicker than any of my past relationships, but it was obviously a serious relationship. Like I wouldn't say any of my past ones were going to be long-term things because obviously they weren't. Before getting married to wifey now, I was only in like they were all 2 years or less. I don't think any of them hit 2 years. 2 years or less. Yeah, roughly, maybe a little bit more. One of them, but
Oh, 2 years.
yeah, 2 years or less, or like maybe a month or
What
2
about
years and a
Evil
month.
Spawn?
I think that one might have been my only 2 years or maybe a little bit more.
Oh.
Yeah, it wasn't like it wasn't 3. I know it wasn't 3. This is
I
the
thought it was
longest.
5 for some reason.
Freak no, no, because she was living in those apartments for I think 5 years, and we had already been broken up for. I don't know
Oh,
how
she
long.
lived there for 5
Yeah,
years. That's
she
right.
lived there for 5 years
Got
or
it.
6. She was there for a long time. But anyway, yeah. So anywho,
That's so advice. Yeah, just bring it up to him. Just gently, just be like, I like where you are now, but I just wanted to see if you have any thoughts for the future.
see, I think that's a perfect way to put it. I don't think you can really say it any better way than that, to me personally. But that's you're being nice about it. You're not rushing them. You're not like hounding them. You're just like asking a gentle question. And if they take it as you hounding them, then you know,
I'm gonna ask you a gentle question.
a gentle question.
That's so wrong. It's like slowly putting your hand against
You don't
the
like that,
cheek.
babe?
I hate that.
You don't like having a hand rubbed across your face so kindly, looking deep into your eyes?
That's asking for death. I had somebody do that to me once.
I know. That's why I love doing it. It's so fun.
All right, so that is the compilation of our listener advice requests. Again, people, we're not qualified, so take it or leave it. You can't sue us.
Yeah, you cannot sue us.
I won't be arrested.
We will.
It's not saying I can't be arrested. I won't.
Yeah, we won't be arrested.
Take that as you will.
Well, I got a random question for you, wifey. So, it's kind of like a beer pong thing, So, like, a buddy of mine is throwing a tournament in the end of May.
Don't
Yeah.
say where.
End of May. And I want to do a tournament, the end of April. It's not a big tournament, it's only probably expecting 20, 30 people maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that is overlapping another tournament that's like a month later?
No. Because considering when I was in my peak beer pong playing stage phase,
Yeah.
we would have every 2 weeks there would be a different tournament.
Right?
And so coming back into it after COVID and all this bullshit, I feel like that's actually kind of bringing back beer pong because for a while I thought it was just going to taper out and nobody was going to ever do it
I
again.
thought so as well.
Like, and just do random things at like locally. So having this opportunity for people to come in a centralized area, because we live centrally.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not pinpointing us. Nobody knows where we live. So I feel like it's a really good opportunity because people want to play beer pong. And if you have an issue with it, don't go.
Yeah, don't go. Like I like seeing all the buzz that play beer pong. Like I like seeing them, like hanging out with them for that weekend, even though it's rough by the end of it because you're drinking so much and whatever. But I mean, it's still good to see everybody because I mean, you none of these. Well, some of them do. They might like go fly just to visit them without beer pong. But I think majority of them, like 90% of them, don't do that. They only see each other at these tournaments and they have a grand old time. They take pictures, they do activities together, they go swimming, they, do all sorts of things together. So it's like having like a second or third family in a way. So I just like to have as much pong as possible because COVID stopped that crap for like almost 3 years now? Mm-hmm. We haven't had a World Series since 2018, I think. 2018, I think.
Or 19.
Or 19.
2019, but nobody showed up.
Yeah, but no, yeah, that's right. It was like 100 something, 200 people maybe. Yeah. So since 2019, so I mean, it's going on 3 years.
And then we're not even having one this year. They say they're
Yeah,
going to try
not
to do
until
it
next year.
2023.
2023.
In
So
Vegas.
damn near 4 years later, we haven't had a World Series in Vegas. So I mean,
For beer pong.
for beer pong,
nothing
yeah.
important.
So I mean, it's like, you know, you're not able to see your other family that you like have a good old time with for a short period of time as often. So I just wanted to, since we can kind of everything's opening back up again, I'll just try to let everybody. Plus, it was just a good warm up to do before that big tournament. So
And that's like the weekend before we go to the Bahamas. So
yeah, so we got a lot of stuff planned in these next month and a half, but
I'm super stoked.
yeah.
Okay. Well, that is all the advice given today. Again, we're not qualified. Do not sue us.
Yeah, do not
Or
sue
don't call
us.
the cops. We didn't do anything wrong. But so let's discuss what we are planning on for next episode. You get to choose a movie. I get to choose the topic. You already know what your movie is.
Oh yeah. So the movie of choice that I picked this time, I think is a really, 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 really freaking good movie, and it has your boy Jason Momoa.
Say his name right.
How do you say it?
Jason Mimosa.
Is it Jason Mimosa? I like that.
You can see his
Imagine
head
that,
on a
yeah.
glass, and then he's like,
Or he's like drinking a mimosa. You see this like 6'4" long haired dude drinking a mimosa. That would be pretty hilarious. But yeah, Jason Mimosa, and it's called Sweet Girl. So definitely check it out. It is on Netflix, so you don't have to worry about buying it or renting it if you have Netflix. But
you have to get Netflix. But
I mean, yeah, if you have Netflix and it's
everybody
free.
has Netflix. There's
Yeah,
millions.
I think like 98% people in the United States have Netflix.
Or you're stealing from one of your friends. So
Yeah, or that. So probably about 100%,
I condone
99%
that.
of people have Netflix. So definitely check it out. It's called Sweet Girl with Jason Momoa, and there's a couple other known actors and actresses, but I don't have
we'll
like
cover
the
that when we
the
do
thingy
it.
in front of me. So we'll do it before we talk about it.
Ready for my topic?
Hmm.
I'm super stoked about this. This is like one of my favorite conversations. We're gonna talk about our bad dates.
Ooh,
I have a stack.
that's gonna be super good.
So next week, definitely tuck in. Let's get this shit done. Watch the movie Sweet Girl with Jason Mimosa.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about bad dates. And if you have any bad dates you wanted to share, email us. You can access the email from our website, inforthenightpodcast.com, or you can just email us for inforthenight69@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
So you can just type it like as a subject, bad date. It'd be hilarious if you shared that.
Definitely need a couple of shares. It'll be great. I mean, we have a million bad dates that we can share, but it's also fun sharing other folks' experiences, good or bad, as well.
So that we can laugh at somebody else for a change.
Yeah, instead of ourselves.
So again, check us out on our webpage, inforthenightpodcast.com. It's spelled as it sounds, as you normally spell words that are in there.
If you know how to spell, I know I don't. So
Just try.
try your best.
Do your best.
Your bestest.
We're very supportive friends. Or just email us at inforthenight69@gmail.com. Yeah, start emailing us, folks. We got a few, but I want more, damn it. I
Need
like
some
funny
mo.
stories, damn it.
All the stories. We want to have everybody other stories besides our own in
So-
like the next few weeks. It'll be nice.
Do your damn homework. We'll see you next week. Have a good one. And just
Night.
stay.
Peace out.